Hey, what's up, YouTube? Boswell back with another vlog for the Husband Code. I wanted to check in today and really just talk about the language of successful people. And the way I look at it is, until you start your journey, you hear about a lot of positive thought leaders and people that um, say, hey, this is how I became successful. This is what I speak about when I'm talking about being successful. So it's kind of like, how you go to, like the hospital, or you speak with anybody in the medical field, they damn near have their own jargon. They have their own language. Like even on certain commercials with certain drugs and stuff like this, all this is kind of in the medical field. And you hear all these different names and, you know, different words for something we would call like, your arm or something like that, or your butt, your leg, your toe. They got a whole different vocabulary for it, for something that we would just say, oh, this is my left elbow bone. They may be like, oh, it's a femur. Whatever it is, right? So they have their own language, and so if you relate that to successful people, they have a totally different dictionary of language that they use, and so once you start to really connect the dots, and you look at all the successful people that's made it, they all speak the same language. Things like manifestation, right? Affirmation, growth mind state, um, abundance, um, and gratitude. Though, just to say a few things. And so that's as I started, my journey or whatever. Again, you hear about it, but you're not really listening for understanding and for clarity. And so, but once you do lock in, the dots start to connect. And so you like, oh, okay, now I get it. And so, but once you do get it and you start to connect the dots, it's like, well, how do you use the information? How do you start to speak the language of successful people? And I think as you start your journey and you start to really like internalize things and start to level up, it starts to just become, very clear, and it starts to unfold in front of you. And so you can start communicating the same way. So just talking about manifestation as one of the words that they would use, and it's just really visualizing, your future and things that you want and goals that you want to accomplish. I talked about in the video yesterday just about how, you know, I kind of manifested as something just came over me yesterday, coming from Toastmasters or whatever, and how I was able to see it just kind of hit me. And I've always been a goal setter, but it was just different, right? Like you can really see my future. And so I think that's a part of manifestation, just really like seeing things ahead of time that is to come true or unfold later in your life and your future. So that's manifestation. Affirmations or whatever. That's another thing that they use. And so, yeah, I mean, most people know what affirmations are. So, but move on. The next one is just growth mind state. Growth mind state. It's one of those things where when you, it's really just changing your mind from all the negativity and switching it to positivity. And so that's just taking you from the negative to the positive in a sense of, certain words you would use as, man, I'm depressed or I'm anxious and things like that, to now, you know what, I'm a go-getter, I'm a grinder, I'm a hustler, I'm just positive, I have a abundance mind state, right? You growing your mind state versus, being in the negative about it. So another thing, you know, is just gratitude, right? Being thankful for for everything you have, being thankful for the journey, being thankful for where you are in life. And I think that's kind of, you need to be still in that moment though to be thankful, because when it's gratitude, you have to really understand what you're thankful for. Like a lot of us, we always want, and we don't even realize we actually have, at whatever level we at, we already have what we need to be successful, to keep climbing up the ladders. I remember when about a month ago I started YouTube, going back hard with it, and like I think like a year and a half, 2 years before when I had tried or attempted to do it, I bought like all this equipment and stuff as far as like lighting kit, um, some other different things I needed, and it just went to waste. And so now fast forward to now that I'm doing YouTube, I was like, man, I need to get all this stuff again. I'm like, but wait. So I was just being still. I'm like, I have everything I need. Now I did. Only thing I did upgrade was I had a camera already, right? I have my phone obviously, which I'm recording on now. But I was like, if I want to do the high level production videos, that's the only thing I needed. So it's the only thing I spent money on. But I didn't go out and like blow a bunch of money to kind of start over when I had damn near 90% of the stuff I needed. So I was grateful for that already. So I had gratitude just to say, hey, I'm thankful for what I already have. And then you can use that in life as well, like with your job, with your lifestyle, with your relationship, just being thankful for where you are. And so, like I said, I just want to check in with a few examples on just the language of successful people. And as you start to read more books, listen to more podcasts, audiobooks, whatever, you'll start connecting the dots on what I mean. And there's a lot more words, there's a lot more jargon, there's a lot more terminologies. But I wanted to kind of give you an example, just on a few that you constantly hear, but you may not have connected the dots that damn near all the successful people, the Tony Robbins, the Les Browns, Jim Rohns, you name it, man. The list goes on and on. All these dudes are saying the same pattern of words. They may have had their own take on it or their own kind of like definition, but they're still saying the same thing. And those are those, different type of words. And like I said, the more and more you dig into it, the more and more you lock in, you start to see it's all connected, man. It's all the same language. And so, like I said, just comparing that to doctors, in the medical field or whatever, in the healthcare field, they have their own language. But successful people as well have their own language. Hell, even in the finance world, they have their own language. Think about the feds right now and how they saying, whatever the Fed talk, man, about not being in a recession, this and that. Like I said, it's not a financial channel, but you hear them saying soft landing, versus a crash, right? So they all have their own language, but when you're attempting to be successful, you have to plug into the language and start speaking the language of successful people. And I think that's one thing that's going to level you up. So, like I said, I definitely want to check in today. I appreciate you guys watching. Drop a comment below. Hit a like on the video. Share it out if there's somebody who need to hear this message about how to start speaking the language of successful people. And subscribe if you are new here or if you've been watching my videos for a while. Again, I drop them every day, or at least the vlogs. And then, like I said, I'm getting on schedule. But right now, every Monday, I'm dropping high-level production videos. Coming soon are the reaction videos. Also got another thing. I'm looking to start doing like street videos. And so we're trying to work that. I'm trying to work that out now. And I think that's going to be pretty dope, coming soon. But till next time, y'all stay blessed. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll holler back at you. Peace.